All right, Virgo, welcome in. Welcome to your November forecast. This is for rising, sun, and moon sign, Virgo. I recommend you watch your rising sign first and then watch your sun and moon sign. Kind of triangulate the three readings to see if you get a special message for yourself. I'm going to talk a lot about the astrology that you might be encountering this month, and that is geared to the rising sign. So do yourself a favor, and if this resonates with your sun sign, then great. We are going to talk about your career, and sun sign is usually about your career. So I definitely see we have Uranus in your 10th house of Gemini retrograding, and that is going back into Taurus in the 9th house. It's like you're changing up your belief systems, what you think is okay. What you think is okay, what you think is not okay in terms of your career is changing. All right. Some of you may have just been like a gun for hire, not literally, I hope. And now you're like, no, it's got to be based on something I really believe in. All right. So that could be happening. We also have a full moon in Taurus, which is also that 9th house. So shining light on belief systems that have run their course. And we have a new moon in Scorpio, which is in that 3rd house. And I'm also noticing Jupiter retrograding in Cancer in your 11th house. So 11th house and 3rd house are the houses of friend groups. The 3rd house one is like your community, like what's right around you. The 11th house is like your social networks. And there's definitely some change happening there. I could even see you moving. Okay. We do have Mercury retrograding back from your 4th house of Sag. You maybe some optimism about where you are has tarnished, and it's time to make a move. All right. Let's see what's going on for you, my Virgo, in the extended or the second half of this reading. I'll tell you more about the astrology. Right now, let's see what's going on with the reading. All right. Underneath is the message. Message of teaching, some kind of teaching message coming through to you. Some message that's going to come through to you is going to be like, oh, yeah. Not that like I knew that. Well, maybe you might feel like, well, yeah, I knew that, but I didn't really act on it when I should have, or something like that. You could also be sending a message. Grounded. All right. I kind of like that, actually. Boundaries and jealousy. Wow. That has shown up recently in a lot of the readings. And I feel like some of you may not know that other people have a lot of jealousy for you, especially if you're moving on from a situation. Maybe you're physically moving, maybe you're going in a new direction, and other people may be like, why does he get to go or she get to go and I feel stuck? If you are jealous of somebody else moving on from a situation, maybe a friend moving on from their marriage or moving on from their career, and you're a bit jealous about that, all that's doing is telling you what you actually really want. So it has a purpose, right? It has a purpose to it. So Virgo, let's see what's going on. 8 of Cups, Knight of Swords. Wow. 10 of Swords, Taurus, Knight of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. I feel like you kind of feel a little bit cornered here. Look at that card. Look at this card. I mean, is that the definition of feeling cornered? Yes. Some of you have walked away from a relationship, a long-term commitment, or you're in the process of doing that. And, you know, there's something about a Sagittarius, Taurus, mutable airs, Gemini. So there's something about those signs, those people, Taurus, Sag, Gemini. Gemini is about your career. Some of you could be moving on from a situation and like, now I need to know what to do with my career. Moving on from a love relationship. Those two things are interlocked in some way. Maybe it's a family business, or maybe it's interlocked with security, stability. Of course it is. I mean, you're talking about job and marriage. Aren't those the two big pillars of those things? But I'm getting the feeling that you're like, I want to be free. I want to be more free. or something like that. So we have the South Node right now transiting through your sign, Virgo, and that could be stirring up all kinds of past life karma that need to be completed right now. So if things don't make a lot of sense to you, like, why is this happening? Why is this such a big deal? I don't know that I've ever felt this jealousy before. It's all past life stuff. Could be with a Gemini. And because I'm getting, that's your sign too, Virgo, because you're ruled by Mercury. The Uranian retrograde, that's, it's been in retrograde for a while now, but it's going to pop back into Taurus. And that's trine for you, right? Another earth sign. And that can feel pretty good in the sense that it's giving you an opportunity to get yourself to some kind of safety. All right, getting yourself to some kind of safety. And but Uranus is like the higher level, the higher octave of Mercury, of your ruling planet. So there's something about how you use your voice or how you communicate. It's almost like it's, sending a message out to get me to safety. I like, to all of my friends, all of my friend groups, I need to get to a safe place in terms of my job or my career. There's definitely something past lifey about your career path that I can see here. Magician, the Knight of Cups, maybe even your love path here. Knight of Cups and the Four of Swords. Some of you are, okay. So I'm just getting like, this reminds me of like 7th grade girls, 8th grade girls who are like super duper in love. And they're just kind of like listening to the music, in your feed or whatever. And you're like, oh, I'm just like in love and I don't know what to do. Some of you may be healing from or being hurt, having been hurt. And so now you're kind of like, oh, there's just this 7th grade girl, 8th grade girl feeling about this. Like I could just call them up and like being terrified to do that. I could just call them up. I'm terrified to do that. Okay, there's something like that. 10 of Wands, the Sag energy here of Temperance, the Justice card. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Sagittarian. This could be the person that something was over with, the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Or this is definitely about like things getting more balanced in your life, in your career, in your love life. Like things were definitely out of balance. Some of you walked away from something that was pretty good, but maybe it was out of balance in some way. Your life was definitely out of balance. It's coming back into balance. Libra, Sag energy. Okay. The King of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Sag, Leo, Aries. Again, this feeling of like the 7th, 8th grade girl, like kind of mooning over somebody or really wanting to talk to somebody. I want to talk to this person, but I'm afraid to. There's definitely something here about being afraid to. Having a lot of feelings and being afraid, or that's shame. Something about like, I'm afraid to reach out to them, or I feel very self-conscious, right? This person, wow, this person is something. All right. So they may be something in a lot of different ways. They may be super smart. They may be super talented. They may be super beautiful. They may be super whatever, like spiritual. I don't know. There's something here that's holding you back. I feel like if you're dealing with somebody, you might be waiting for the ending of a current chapter in your life before you do reach out to them. There's a current chapter closing down with the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. The current chapter that's closing down. 10 of Cups, another 10. Ace of Swords, 6 of Wands, and the 7 of Cups. So the one that's missing is the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so that's hovering over the reading, but we're getting 5 of Pentacles here. So maybe some of you could have lost a lot of money in a divorce. Some of you could have shame around what happened between you and another person. Maybe you want to reach back out to them, you want to call them, or you want to talk to them in some way, but you don't know what to say. Tell them the truth. If they're a Sag, and listen, if you're dealing with a Sag and you haven't told them the truth, you better, because the Sages are like, if you lie to me, you're done. And there's an Ace of Swords right here. So Queen of Pentacles, this person's a Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. You could also be this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, right? Like, how does it work? Or how's something going to work? Clarify the Five of Pentacles for me. Ooh, King of Wands, High Priestess, Five of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Three of Wands and the Nine. Okay, so I have to have something to offer. I can't be the Five of Pentacles about this. I need to be, maybe you're not the 10 of Pentacles, but maybe you're the 9 of Pentacles. This is about self-confidence. I've got to get that self-confidence back, because I feel like if I want to talk to this person's very intuitive. They're going to know if I'm not ready to show my whole self to this person. I'm not ready to do that. So there's definitely a lot of this feels like you're between two chapters here. Okay, Virgo, this feels like you're between two chapters. And what does the Justice card have to do with it? This could just be balancing you out. This could just be about like getting yourself organized, getting yourself ready for this new chapter. Sun. Five of Cups. There's definitely something to clear. Ah, there it is. 10 of Pentacles. Excellent. And the 9 of Swords. The 10 of Pentacles is with this person. The longevity and the long-term happiness is with this person. And you've just got to get yourself right. You're in between these two chapters right now. And all this might have to do with healing. This might have to do with you understanding, what it is that you want. Maybe you don't even know what you want right now. And it would be good to know that before you go starting a new chapter, which is what I feel like you're doing here. It's just, you're sort of waiting for the new chapter to begin, but actually you're the one that's going to be building the new chapter. So it's based on what you want. And if you don't know what you want right now, maybe there is some past life karma sort of sweeping through your life right now. Okay, so let's continue on with this reading. I'm going to look at what you don't see coming. I'll talk more about the astrology of what you can expect. And let's see where this goes. All right, Virgo, for you for November, link is below if you want to continue on. See you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.